Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Tannehill. It's complete to Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
50-50.
From the red zone now, Tannehill sliding out of the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Going to look deep for Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Vontae Davis able to get a hand in and knock that away.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 3rd and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The first down throw for Winston. And this will be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On play action, Winston. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the end zone, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. On the ground, Ivory. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Ready? Watch 25.
From the gun, Winston. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Tannehill hands to Drake. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go. Deuce.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Hey, 20.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Tannehill keeps on the sneak and able to follow his center and pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. It is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. On 1st and goal, Gore. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get it to him running left. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 3rd and short yardage. Winston. Open man is Holmes. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Left side here, caught by Clay. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Follow.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play fake. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Ready. You ready. Stop. Hey, I want to kick. Follow.
A give to McCoy. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Ready. You ready.
This give is to McCoy. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Bills on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Ready. You ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. And Hauschka's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Grant. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Tannehill now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. From the 50, it's Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Clay.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd and 5. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to look deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. This is fielded at the goal line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On first down, Drake. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Rolling to his right. This will be caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Now Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line.
Ready? Black 22.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Go. Hey, 20.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
From the red zone now, Winston. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. A gain of 6 there on first.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready. Black 25.
To the air again with Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Jeremy Curley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
50-50.
On the give, this is Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action now. Winston. Being chased out left. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. The rookie Minka Fitzpatrick with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On first down, it's Tannehill. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. On first and goal, Drake. They stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. Second and goal from the 1. They get it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Now Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bills getting set to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Let's go now. Green, triple C. Hey.
A first down throw for Winston. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue wave.
Tenth carry now for McCoy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Let's
The Bills on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So now here come the Dolphins, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Go! Hey, 20.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Following the interception, Winston. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Jameis on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high-percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 now.
A pitch out to Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Baby, get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
What's up?
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
50-50.
Third and goal, it's Drake. And he is going to lose yardage here. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So it all comes down to a rookie kicker, Jason Sanders. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obvious.